All right, joining me now on Inside TBT, Myck Kabongo. Welcome to the show.
How's it going to my TBT family? It's a pleasure that I'm back. It's been a while. I'm excited for the news that you guys are about to hear here shortly. But thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So the news is that you'll be bringing a Texas team to TBT. We're definitely going to talk about that. But first things first, you were on the first ever overseas elite team. What do you remember from that year of TBT?
I just remember a tournament that was starting that had, I said, little legs at the time. Not a lot of people knew or about what was happening. And I'm a person that just loves hooping. It don't matter where I'm at. I just want to be, around the game, in the game. So when the opportunity came to me, I was just like, sure, without knowing exactly what was happening. A pilot year, that's just how things happen. People trying to figure out how it's going to work, what doesn't work. So seeing, first of all, where it started to where it is today is unbelievable. And hats off to the whole crew and everyone that's put in the work to make it what it is today. But I just remember that first year with a team that's obviously been winning it a lot of years, and knowing what goes into winning was definitely something I would say was one of the highlights of my career. Just being with a brotherhood of guys, whereas in the summertime, everyone had their respective leagues that they play for. And then we came together to kind of do something very special those first 2-3 years in a row.
Absolutely. So you're obviously bringing championship mentality to the Texas Alumni TBT team. But what are some other guys bringing? Who are you coming with? Who's on the squad?
I think it's just championship mentality, just period. Some of these guys that you're about to hear, I mean, I'm bringing in guys with me that are champions in life. They've had some things in their career that has happened to make them go overseas, or probably, you know what I mean, not the way that they expected it, but it's a bunch of hungry guys that, first of all, put Texas first and foremost every time, wherever they are. They're always representing the college and the university in a high regard, first class kind of humans. And if you want me to say the names, I mean, I could say the names, but I think once we reveal who's on our team and once the Texas fans see who's on this team, I think they'll want to support and get behind, I think, guys that have put in the work, not only in this game, but off the court as well, that are good human beings. And I think that's the recipe that you need whenever you're making a championship team. It's good guys off the court and that could mesh on the court as well. So that's what we have when you're going to see this Texas team step on the court this year.
Absolutely. The full roster will be dropping, here shortly, or by the time you're listening to this, it's already out. But just a couple names out there to excite you. Kerwin Roach, Jordan Hamilton, Dexter Pittman, Cam Ridley. Bunch of good names, bunch of, uncommitted Texas guys out there too. I heard KD maybe lacing them up. Have you guys
I'm gonna have to give KD a call on that one. I think he's a little busy now that he's in Phoenix, but it wouldn't hurt to give him a call to suit it up one time for the boys. But he has 3 more years of eligibility left, I believe. So we can try and make some work. But I think the guys that you named, like I said, we also have some other guys that we're waiting to hear commitments from that might have national team things going on this summer with the after the World Cup happening, basketball World Cup happening this year, and with FIBA. Once we know and we exactly know our full roster with the names that you added, I think people are really going to be surprised how we're going to come and try and make some noise for the tournament.
Absolutely. So thinking back to your time at Texas, we're way back when, early 2010s decade. All right.
Right.
Who were some of the teams that you played that had, notable players in college that went on to be, NBA stars or overseas stars? Who are some of the guys that you really remember matching up against and being like, those guys are going to be special? And you were right.
I mean, just the guys that that are probably in my class is the Anthony Davises, who's my guy still to this day. That's a monster, walking double-double, first ballot Hall of Famer we talking about. Then you have guys like Bradley Beal, Austin Rivers, the Michael Kidd-Gilchrist ended up going, playing in Kentucky, the Marcus Teagues. So just knowing guys in my class, Quincy Miller, that was at Baylor playing with me versus me in the Big 12, were guys that came up with me at the same time. and obviously guys that we also looked up to around that time that were in the scene. That's just basketball. Still a small community, you know. I think even if you're in college and you're with your class, you still admire the players that came before you and after you. So it's one of those things where there's so many memorable college players that I looked up to, that I idolized, and who I patterned my game after, that, you know, that you've seen from before the stardom or after. So it all goes hand in hand with basketball.
So when you were at Texas, you know, there were some Big 12 battles.
Oh yeah, Big 12 was nothing like it. Missouri was so hard. Kansas was the toughest place to play. I don't know if you've ever been around. That atmosphere is something else. That atmosphere is by far, I think, one of the hardest places to play in college besides the Cameron Stadium. There's a reason why they never lose at home. So yeah, maybe they pay the refs under the table. Am I allowed to say that?
You can say whatever you want. I'm not agreeing with you there, except I am agreeing with you because I went.
Am I allowed to say that?
I went to Mizzou, so KU slander is absolutely allowed. I'm joking. I'm joking. If we had a KU TBT team again, we would all be excited. But you know, thinking back still to your time in Texas, do you have a home game that sticks out in your mind that's like, this moment, this home game, this was special?
Definitely I would say my buzzer beater against Oklahoma. You know, OU sucks. We all know that. And it's one of those things where we've had a rivalry with that school for quite some time. I just remember that game where we were down by a few, coming back. Whenever you come back when you're down, that shows the fight that you guys have, the resilience that you have as a team. And I remember around that time we were having a little skid, so it just felt good to win in front of our fans back at UT. And of course, whenever you beat Oklahoma, it's a lot sweeter and a lot better.
Absolutely. I got a couple players that may be free agents this summer. I want to see if you've reached out to them. All right.
All right.
The first one, DJ Augustine.
Wow. DJ, my guy. That's like big bro. What he wants to do as far as playing, it's up to him. But I'm pretty sure if you want to be involved, the door is open for him here, for him to be a part of it, involved. I'm pretty sure he will be a part of it, involved in some sort of way with our alumni. A lot of them will want to be involved. It's just about if they're going to play or if they're not. But I think when you name that name, do we want him to play? Of course we want him to play. It's DJ Augustine, a legend. But if he's not, I'm sure we're going to figure out a way where he's a part of this thing that we're going to build at Texas. I mean, to be a part of this TBT moving forward, you're going to see a lot of alumni involved with us, even though it's not just playing on the playing end. You're going to see a lot of them being around this team still.
So does Tristan Thompson fall into that category also?
Of course, Double T is someone that's my brother, of course. So again, if he wants to play, the door is open for him. You know, I don't know how people feel about playing in the tournament yet when you get to that stature, but it's fun basketball. It's just like you would do in pickup. You know, that's what guys need to understand. And there's a little money on the line, so the incentives are for you to play a little harder than you would in the summertime. So I'm pretty sure Big T wanted a spot. You know, we're open to it, to have him playing, but I'm pretty sure if he ain't, he's going to be around, probably, you know, doing a social media thing to get it out there so our Texas fans can kind of know what's happening, what we're trying to build here moving forward.
Mike, last question for you. So Texas moving to the SEC, thoughts on that?
Yeah. Has it officially happened?
I don't think it's happened yet, but I think it's officially happening. I think that's official.
Football is happy about it. We know this was a football power move. I think that's more so like shaping the landscape of college, period. Was football. So, you know, it's going to suck that we're not in the Big 12. I think that conference was a monster. But I think what, you know, the universities, what they're trying to do is make it competitive and all across the board. And if it's going to make them more, I would say, more competitive, why not? I mean, playing the SEC basketball, you got the Kentuckys, you got a lot of great, you know, programs on that end, the Tennessee. So it's going to be competitive for sure, but you're going to miss the old rivalries that came before. So
you got to think it'll definitely strengthen the Oklahoma-Texas rivalry, if there's even anything left to strengthen. I mean, the fact that both teams are heading from Big 12 to SEC, that rivalry is going to continue and grow.
Oh yeah, that's only gonna, I think even if we weren't in the same conference, we'd schedule a non-conference game just because we don't like them and we would like to beat them. So it's one of those things where it's kind of nice to see them, if they are gonna end up in the same conference, have a chance to continue a rivalry that's one that's rich, has a lot of history. And I think it would be something good for, entertainment, and not only that, but at the college level, to keep the competitiveness going that it's been going towards the trajectory it's going to.
Mike, anything else you want the world to know about Texas basketball, about the team that's going to be, a lot of these guys, like you mentioned, they go overseas and fans don't really hear from them. But now, boom, back on your TVs. What do you want people to know?
I just want the people to know, like, this is something like the TBT is amazing because it gets to show you how much the game has expanded. The game's expanded not only just there in America, but globally. And it's kind of cool whenever you can see the guys that you used to cheer for come back home and be receptive by, home as far as the fans go. So I just hope that our fans can, appreciate what these guys are doing when they're going to have time that they could be spending with their families, want to put on a Texas uniform in the off season and represent it to the fullest, and hoping we can make them proud and, bring some sort of banner, since we hadn't had one ever, I don't know how long. So we need to bring back something for our fans to be excited about. What better than to do this with the tournament?
Absolutely. Before I get you out of here, and you mentioned a banner, could happen this year in college basketball. Darn good Texas team this year. Any questions for me? That's how we like to close out these Inside TBT interviews.
Well, who's your winner? Who's your winner now that I got to know who you think's going to win it this year with some of these rosters that you're hearing that might be coming in. Who are your top four that you expect to be in the top four once this is all said and done in July?
Well, we did announce a Mizzou team. So as a Mizzou alum, it's tough for me to pick against Mizzou. And I have a second podcast with my guy, Joey Lane, who, used to co-host this show, is on from time to time as well on Inside TBT. We have an Ohio State podcast. He played basketball at Ohio State.
Okay.
Carmen's crew said they're coming back, which is the Ohio State team. So I'm going Ohio State Carmen's crew versus Mizzou Show Me TBT championship. But if you guys get these names that we're hearing,
all right,
there.
All right, I like that. So now you just earned Ohio State and Mizzou a nice little target in their back, because I am very competitive. And thank you guys. Whoever's watching, thank you guys for that.
I don't care how bad those rosters are. I gotta pick them, right?
Well, on that note, you gotta ride with your guys without a doubt. But I'm just happy and excited to be back at the TBT. You guys know, it's family. I'm happy that it was history that we got to create, and now coming back with a new team that pretty much, if you cut my skin, I can actually be burnt orange. I'm not quite sure if that happens for y'all, but it happens for us. So I'm excited to represent and be back stateside soon, and can't wait to see you guys all. And hopefully, we meet one of the two teams that you picked in the championship to kind of cement some history here forward.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
Anytime. Thank you for your time.
Clocking out early, that's the shit I don't like. Been getting paid since I was riding on the bike. Hit the pedal with the 8th, hopping on the 9th flight. I've been chilling out of sight, I'll be at the bar tonight. Told the bartender, go and take my card to swipe. You try the same thing, but your card get declined. White rappers nowadays, no, we're not too hard to find. I'm so dapper with my ways, I'm gonna linger in your mind. Always told me good things will come to those who are patient, but I've been way too patient, writing bars in my basement. I'm anxious in the real world, it's time for me to say this. The basics, the talent in my mind, I can't waste it. My life is too safe, it's my time for risk taking. I'm baking my mind every day, it's the same ish. Lazy, my grind needs to get a new facelift. Coming from the underground and busting through the pavement. Rock with it, and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it, and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Now rock with it, and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it, and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Don't think that I'm playing because I'm saving the game, and I said that I will be more because, oh yeah, that is so raving. Racing and pacing around all these lames in my lane, out my way, unless you're trying to pay me. Not from the playpen, it's coming from the jungle. When you hear the bell, you better be ready to rumble, because I'ma grab the gloves and I'm gonna flex my muscles. Go ahead and spit some bars, but you're probably just gonna mumble. A lot of rappers these days really need to get them humble, cause they think they at the top, they better stop before they stumble. Cause I'm swiping all their biddies while they swipe it right on Bumble. And your girlie calls me daddy, but she only calls you uncle. But no, we not related, homie, no, we not some fam. You never get in clubs, you can't even get in sand. You never get in dubs like the Browns from the land. When push comes to shove, wave that